Welcome back to Pastor Plex Podcast. I'm your host, Pastor Plex, and I've got a special guest for us today. Manny, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us where the operation that you own and talk to us about it. Give us a brief background.
My full name is Manny Alonso Gasemi. I am the founder, owner, and head instructor at Maka Martial Arts. Down the street here in Wells Branch. We provide jiu-jitsu classes, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, grappling-based, and kickboxing. And we just moved here about a year ago.
Where'd you move from?
From Florida, but I was traveling all over the place. The nature of the gym was primarily in Costa Rica. Yes, in Costa Rica, about 3 years ago, and then we moved back to state. We wanted to be by the water, but because I used to live in California and I love California's weather and all that, but I know it wasn't really business friendly. So we decided to not move back to California with my girlfriend. So we moved to Florida.
Okay. But
then we find out there's too many competition. I thought California is oversaturated for this industry, like grappling and jiu-jitsu, but Florida, South Florida, Miami was more saturated. So, and also we found out that we're just 2 miles away from one of the best gyms in South Florida. So we were like, we might as well just train there and don't touch our remaining of savings. So just figure it out if we want to do this. So in Florida, I just rent a part of a UFC gym and teach there. After 2 years, we decided to drive towards California, see what God wants for us. And then someone told us, hey, why don't you give it a shot in Austin? And I was like, I never live in Austin. I used to live in Houston as well. But okay, let's see what's gonna happen. So we stopped in Texas, and after 2 months searching, we were very close to saying, you know what, let's move it. We can't find any location. Everything is expensive here as far as locations.
Yeah.
But it was very business friendly. So we got our LLC, we got all the document, and then we found a good landlord right down the street. And we're like, you know what, let's sign a contract, let's just stay here. Let's start our business with no base clientele, which is very risky.
That's wild.
Thank him.
So what's really wild is that your landlord is actually our landlord. Our landlord owns this property.
Really?
The one that what's in Bratton Square. He owns 3 properties, and it's a brother-sister combo. Anyway, not a big deal, but it's kind of wild. Yeah. So we have the same property owner. Okay, so tell me about the origin story. Like, where'd you grow up, and like, how did you get into jiu-jitsu of all things?
Well, I was born in Iran.
Okay.
Persian.
When you say Iran, that like blows my mind, because I think Manny Alonso, I don't think Iran. So, all right, what?
Very good question. So I was born in Iran. I don't want to go deep into it, but I'm almost 40 years old. I was born in Iran right in the middle of the war between Iran and Iraq.
Wow.
And then after revolution in 1979.
Wow.
A few years after the revolution. So the Iran turned to become Islamic Republic of Iran, okay? And then I was just a normal kid in a very educated family. My parents both are university professors. My dad is a very successful physician, infection diseases specialist.
Wow.
And my mom is a university professor as a Persian grammar professor, teaching like Farsi.
Farsi, yeah.
Yes. And then I grew up chicken like normal kids. I was very active, almost hyperactive. And almost at the age of 15, I started realizing I want to go start doing weightlifting. And then Rocky IV was the movie that inspired me.
Yes.
Everybody else, Rocky IV. And I was a big fan of soccer or football. So I was start doing boxing. I was like, I want to start using my legs too, because I play soccer in a very, very serious manner. So by the time
this is all in Iran.
This is all in Iran, yes. And after watching Rocky IV and then the movie Kickboxer, Jean-Claude Van Damme, Frankie.
I
was like, okay, that's the sport that I want to do. So I started with kickboxing, basically. By the time I was 18, I had my first amateur fight, which was a province championship, and I got a second place. But my first fight ever, I knocked the guys out in 20 seconds because I was so stressed. I just bombarded with the punches. So my background is kickboxing and Muay Thai. All the way when I left Iran and I started traveling the world. But because there's a grappling and basically wrestling is a national sport, so I had that idea. And also in high school, we practiced wrestling. So jiu-jitsu for me starts about 18 years ago, 17 years ago, I would say. not even in Iran, in Costa Rica.
Pura vida.
Pura vida. I have it here in my respect.
I love it.
So jiu-jitsu is about 17 years, but before that, kickboxing, boxing, and I had over 100 fights, amateur fights, until I hit the pro level. But jiu-jitsu, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, grappling, because of my wrestling background, it wasn't that hard for me. However, especially during the white belt era, I got smashed by most of my training partner as a white belt. They were all black belt.
Nice.
But now it's become my career. Even though I have a bachelor degree in agriculture engineering.
Of course you do.
And yeah, but I love
hold on,
that.
hold on. So what age did you leave Iran?
22.
22. Did you speak English at that point?
Very little bit, just a little.
I mean, your English is amazing.
Thank you.
That's why. Okay, and I know that I'm talking about Iran, and you may not want to go into it, but like, what was life like in really, from 1979 when everything? Because Iran used to be like a really prosperous, really great, and the revolution happened. It went dark, right? Was that what happened? Like, what was it like growing up? Did you see the crumbling of the culture or society, or was that a gradual thing, or was it immediate, or did that something you didn't even notice?
Very good question. Growing up in a I would say above average middle class family. Going to a school, coming back, having the freedom of doing whatever I want as long as it's approved by my parents, especially my dad. Very straightforward dad. Very and not really paying attention to politics and stuff out there, but just because my dad was God to me, whatever he said, I will do it.
Yeah.
And then I was doing it, but I think I was 13, 14 years old, Dad. My dad asked me, hey, I want you to start praying this way, 5 times a day, praying in Arabic, Islamic. So I was raised until 14, 15, 16, Muslim without any question. Whatever I see, I ask. But around 16, that was the time that I started asking, hey, why would you do this? Why women have hijabs? Why they cover their head?
Was that so before 79? I don't think the women had to wear hijabs everywhere, right?
They didn't have to. They didn't have to.
Okay, so then after 79, everyone's wearing hijab. Was that still sort of a new thing? Was that a weird thing for some ladies to go like, oh, I gotta remember to put this on, or else would they have police to police that?
These are the questions that I was asking people around me, including parents. They don't answer me. This is it. Before that was bad. The king was bad. Everything was bad. Okay, explain me. And then all the propaganda, all the TV media. We had only 2 channels. So there's not internet. There's no internet. Nobody wants to talk about it. And so I start doing whatever I was told. That just the good things going out. 1 month of the year, I have to start fasting for I think I fast for 6 or 7 years straight every year.
For Ramadan.
Yeah, Ramadan. 30 days. And then I just feel good. This is good. This is going to take me to the heaven. And then start praying. And then once I start questioning things, just like what you said, no answer.
No one had any clue?
No answer. And
or the answer, were they afraid to answer, you think? Or was it just they didn't know?
No, they truly believe that that's the right path.
Oh, God.
And a young kid want to ask this kind of questions. How do you going to explain that wearing hijab will take that woman to heaven? The other woman doesn't have hijab, will go to hell. How do you explain it to me?
Yeah.
So it is what it is. That's a good thing. So I don't want to call the name, but some of the closest people in my life before revolution, they didn't have hijab. After the revolution, they put hijab. The amount of brainwash to the roof that I don't want to make it too political, but that person that did the revolution and everybody listened to him, which is right now is dead and all that.
I mean, this is, I'm sorry, now we're taking this to about, I don't want to make it political too much, but man, what a shock to a culture to go that. Okay, now I don't want am I allowed to talk about New York City and Mamdani? Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay, all right. So when you see Zohran Mamdani, I mean, tomorrow, we're recording this on the day before the Tuesday. So tomorrow he's probably going to be elected mayor of New York City. Does that freak you out?
Yes.
Tell me why.
Because I come from that background. Because I know what that religion, quote unquote, I'm not going to call the name, that religion can do to a society. I come from a country with 25,000, probably more, but registered authentic 25,000 of kingdom and being free in religion. I come from a Cyrus king background.
Oh, wow.
I don't brag about it. I know I'm like a lot of typical Persians that, I'm come from, now I'm an American. I love it. I'm proud of it. But
King Cyrus, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
We're big fans of King Cyrus.
47 years of that religion. You can look at the result of the country crumbling.
Crumbling.
Yes. And now Mamdani wants to be that plus Marxist and communist and socialist. Free boss, give me a break.
Yeah.
Free boss will bring everybody to the boss, and then all those people that they take advantage of free stuff. This was exactly the chant for the supreme leader, the first one, that when they did the revolution, we're going to give you free water, free electricity, free everything. Where's the free things? And now this is the country we look. Mamdani in New York, I was talking to my girlfriend, let's go to New York one of these days before
it crumbles.
Yeah.
Wow. Man, Manny, I'm so grateful that I'm getting this perspective. This is wild. Okay, so you leave. So, like, are there elections though in Iran? Like, are there fake elections? Or how's that work?
I don't know really about it. So, here is the one of the main reasons that I start thinking things are not authentic. I don't see any clarity. I don't see I can't understand what is this going on. I need to travel. I need to go out.
Yeah.
So, and I'm like the closest people to me who are very educated, who are very good people, but I can't even get the answer. Like, why do you do this? Why do you do that? So I started thinking about traveling outside of Iran.
Hold on. Was it like a normal thing to travel outside of Iran?
No.
Okay, so how did you get out?
It's interesting. So I graduated. I got my bachelor degree, 4 years college. I got my bachelor degree, and I was like, okay, you have to go to the military service, or you have to get a what you call it, go continue your education. So I did not go to military service. I mean, it was like you could buy it. You could if you I'm not gonna say privilege, but it was a law, and so you can have passport, but with the Iranian passport, not so many places you can go.
Yeah.
Period. So, but it's very typical that people travel to the surrounding countries, like to go to Dubai, to Turkey. I was like, the first country I want to go far, very far. Where can I go? I put the list, and I was like, oh, Venezuela is one of those countries. And back in the days, Hugo Chavez had a good relationship with Iranian government. It's still their government with our government, which is interesting. The communist, Islamists, like, how does it go? Islam is...
Yeah, well, and also Russia really was big in backing Iran. Huge.
Still.
Yeah, big time.
And so I just planned to go to Venezuela, got my passport, and had some saved up because I started working since I was 18. And I just saved up, and this is the story that I was gonna actually tell to the audience today. So I got my everything ready, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pack a backpack, travel to Venezuela, see how things works. And we didn't need a visa. It was just a visa upon the entry, but I got a visa for 1 year. So I was like, I'm gonna stay maybe 1 year maximum, see what's going on. It ended up I stayed there 2 months and I came back. But that changed my life. So I traveled to Venezuela, and I went to a Margarita Island in the city called Por la Mar. Beautiful city. I think this is 06, 05.
Yeah.
And the very moment that I realized, oh my God, for the past 20 years, which I was the kid going to school, going to the gym, weightlifting, fighting, training martial arts, come back home. And then with my parents, we travel a lot to the different countries, different cities in Iran. So I had a good childhood,
right?
And but I was always, because I raised very educated by two parents, that they also practice Islam, right? Normal Muslim,
right.
They're normal Muslim. They don't force me to do anything. Even if I was a girl, I don't believe my parents will force me to put hijab. Hey, we think this is a good way, do it. But I was not a girl. Maybe that was a good thing. So in Venezuela, maybe the second day, I got out of the hotel in that very city, Por la Mar, Isla Margarita. I went to walk in the downtown, and it was a church. I never seen a church in Iran. Just one time in a city called Isfahan, there was a traditional building, traditional like location, and it was a kind of not really active church.
Right.
So that was my first time going to a place, church with a cross on it, and see people worshiping, clapping, dancing, looking up and down, happy, happy. And I was literally walking and I would just hear the song. I thought maybe there's a concert going on in there.
Yeah.
So I went inside. Nobody told me you're not allowed to come here because over there, the other religions, a lot of them, because they're also Shias or Sunni, a lot of different branches, you don't easily can get to the mosque. Or if you're a woman, you have to have a scarf or hijab. Anyway, I went in, somebody was on the door in Spanish, por favor, pasa adelante, come on in. And then I was like, I didn't know Spanish, which right now I speak fluent Spanish. But yeah, I went in and I was like, I just sit right there. And it was a guy, I'd never forget that. He's like, he looked at me and says, gringo. I didn't know what gringo means, but because maybe I didn't really look like Hispanic, but I'm not look like you either. Like I'm not, but maybe I would look like a tourist. This is 20 years ago. I didn't even have shorts. It was a warm country pants and some tennis shoes. Try to be like as much as I can to look like a tourist. You know, I'm first time getting out of Iran.
Wow.
And then I was like, look at these people. They're clapping.
There's joy.
They're enjoying it. And I was like, okay, what? I was told you have to be serious towards him. You have smile is not allowed. And there's no celebration when you're worshiping. You have to be very serious. You have to say all the things in Arabic. Put your forehead to the ground. He's up there. He's watching you. He's watching you. If you do anything wrong, he's mad at you. I basically was never experienced being happy talking to him. Or whatever is up there.
Yeah.
I was like, okay. And I just stayed there probably for like 15 minutes. That was probably the purest time that I felt in a religious place, communicating by just standing and watching with some overpower, some superpower up there. And I'm not really religious, but I'm enjoying seeing this. That basically changed my life. And I was like, oh my God.
That moment, that 15 minutes changed your life.
Changed my life in this as terms of okay, you can also talk to God like this,
right?
Happy. Some people are crying, but happily.
Yeah.
And there is someone up there talking to them. It's all Spanish. I have no clue what are they saying, but they're happy and they're dancing, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. And I was like, okay, all right, I'm done with that thing. I'm gonna go back to Iran. Probably I'm going to pack it up, and this time I'm going to move permanently. That 15 minutes also brought and this is, I was 20 years old. I didn't even have any clear idea what is dictatorship, what is democracy.
I mean, you're 20, you don't know anything, right?
What is democracy? You know, and I was in a peak of my training. I was getting ready to fight for qualification for the national team of Muay Thai, kickboxing, but I could actually, that was another path. If I want to pick that path, I would fight for Iranian national team as a kickboxing fighter. When you go for national team, you have to go through a lot of
training. I'm sure
training. Not only that,
political training, right?
Yes. Yeah, you have
indoctrination.
Yes. So I was like, no. Freedom is more important for me, and also the movie, the Braveheart, Mel Gibson. That was another couple movies changed my life a lot.
I mean, so these you're sparking up some movies that are really powerful for me as well. So it's exciting to kind of hear like globally movies like have impact in people's life on a personal level. That's so wild. And what? So can you talk to me? I know that again I'm going back to this, but we here in the United States we take freedom for granted. Yes. Like we don't even know what it means not to be free. We're so free, and so we say all sorts of ridiculous things about government because we have no idea what it's like to live without that freedom. Yeah. So talk to me about like when you came. Maybe it was in Venezuela at that church, or maybe it was when you hit the United States or Costa Rica or something. Tell me about like when you realized there was no like the difference, or was it an oppressive feeling? Give me the freedom feeling of what it's like to go from no freedom to freedom.
I never talk about these things anywhere. Just very close people in my life, they know this. But it's interesting to tell you, before even Venezuela, the first place I felt freedom was shockingly another Muslim country, very close with Iran. My flight has 3 days from Tehran to Damascus. 3 days layover in Damascus.
Yeah.
This is, again,
Syria.
about 2 decades ago. Yeah. Syria. another Muslim country, very close with Iran, very close. But that's a Muslim country. That's a Shia Muslim country.
Right.
Women's are free. You see girls with bikini, not bikini, like very, I don't know the term, very, very free.
Yeah, so swimsuits.
But Muslim, swimsuits, like stuff like that. But nightlife, I was like, wait a minute. So I spent these 3 days, I don't count it as I leave there, but in Venezuela, I spent quite a few months there after, especially the second time. Before even this, it was that. However, because you're still in a Muslim country and you still hear praying in the speakers 6 times a day, 5 times a day, out loud, they're encouraging you, hey, go to the mosque, pray, pray, pray. And those 3 days, I was not really paying close attention. I was not feeling free. I was just in a layover in 3 days, and I was like, because it was a cheaper flight, so I stayed 3 nights in Damascus, but they had a good nightlife, and I went out. There are bars, there are clubs, there are women without a scarf and hijabs, and I was like, is this also a Muslim country, and we are a Muslim country? And they have more history to be Muslims fully.
Right.
Before 1979, we were not fully Muslim.
Right.
We had Islam since 400 or 500 years ago. I don't know, I'm not a historian, but since 1979, it became official religion. So in Syria, I was like, wow, you can have Muslim people with this woman with this scarf and hijabs, and then you can have normal girls, normal guys. You can wear shorts. You can wear a T-shirt that has U.S. flag on it. This is not cool in Iran.
No.
Especially now.
Right.
And,
it wouldn't be illegal though, right?
Illegal, no, but you get in trouble. The relationship cops or the
political police,
they will pull you over. What is this? What is this? Are you supporting this and that? Anyway, so that was in Syria, but in Venezuela, I felt it. I felt it as soon as the first time, because I back to Venezuela again. The flight landed. I'm outside in a transit hall and then in an airport, and I was like, this is cool. This is free. I can wear short in a tropical. I can wear short. I can wear tank top. You can't wear tank top back in the days in Iran as a guy.
Of course.
Now you can. I can see some videos here and there sometimes. But you still have to have. You're gonna have expectation to see some cops come. Hey, change it to a T-shirt with nothing on it. So first time feeling the freedom was in Venezuela, which I still did not know. This is actually a communist country.
Yeah, it's just degrees of freedom, I guess.
But after that, when I came back to Iran and I planned, as a longer story, I wrapped it up. 6 more months after that, I wrapped it up. I went back to Venezuela, and then I started traveling like a backpacker around Venezuela. And long story short, eventually I made it to Costa Rica.
Costa Rica is great.
That's a freedom. I felt that, oh my God, even though it's a Catholic country, you see beautiful church every corner,
right.
But they don't officially, there's not an official religion.
Right.
It's they call it Switzerland of South America or Latin America. No army, all the money goes to education and healthcare. And that's the first time. And I was like, you know what, this is it. I would like to make it up north, maybe to Canada, maybe to coast, maybe to US state, but I wanted to do it in a legal way, so I'm gonna wait, maybe find a way, maybe get a visa, maybe, because now I'm in 3rd country, so I can find a solution to come to a state, which is that.
How long did it take you to learn Spanish?
I would say about 6 months, but
6.
But
you were full 100% immersed.
Yes, in Venezuela, I was talking mostly English.
You do English so you learned English in Iran.
So in school, you learn here and there.
Okay, got it.
All the way to 12th grade, you have 1 hours, 2 hours a week English. But it was mostly like British fundamentals and all that. In Costa Rica, in Venezuela, it was all English until I went to Nicaragua, Panama, and then ended up to Costa Rica. In Costa Rica, I was like, okay, this is it. I love it. I love this. This is beautiful. This is gorgeous. People are very nice. There's no Iranian embassy here. Not so many Persians live there. Maybe 99% of the Persians were from America, like American move there. So I was like, I'm going to stay here and I'm going to leave here. If I find a way to go up north, especially Canada, because I have my cousins, a bunch of my cousins lives in Canada, but no rush. This is freedom. Then I started practicing Spanish. I told myself, no English. There's no Farsi, nobody is here. And, I'm just going to practice Spanish. I can't go to the class or university. I need to work, and I start working, and I start fighting underground, and then just Spanish.
What city were you in Costa Rica?
I was all over. I was in Alajuela. I was in Heredia, mostly in San Jose. I live in North Pacific side, Guanacaste, and but primarily I was in Heredia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
My wife learned Spanish. She went just 4 months, summer of 2000 and, gosh, must have been like 2000, oh, gosh, no, 2008, 2007, 2006. Like she was there learning Spanish, which is wild.
It's a beautiful country.
So, okay, so you learn Spanish. How do you get to the U.S.? And how, like, tell me that process, because one of the things, we have the immigration thing is such a big deal here, especially in Texas. Like, with people coming in that were undocumented and all that. Like, what did you do and how did you do it? And
I tell you the last part.
Yeah.
This is one of those parts that I'm actually working on a book.
Yeah.
And maybe in the future, I add this part, but I'm just going to compact it, make it like a small version of what happened to me in Costa Rica.
Yeah.
Because in Costa Rica, I very simply request job permission, because I get to Costa Rica with a little bit of difficulty, but I got a hired lawyer. I paid the lawyer all of my savings. Say, hey, get me papers here, and I don't want to get any. I don't want to take the detour. I don't want to do anything illegal. I don't want to get married with a 90 years old grandma to get no. I want to become a resident of this country, and I give them all of my background, that I'm an engineer, I'm a fighter, I fight in a high level in amateur kickboxing and Muay Thai in this country, but the name of that country was problem for me. So basically Costa Rican government had to investigate me up and down to my DNA. So if I'm a good guy or I'm a bad guy.
Right.
Eventually, it took a few months for them, I would say about a year, to find that out. And it was hard. I didn't have job permission. I was doing black market jobs. Basically, not black market. No, let me rephrase it. Like dishwasher.
Yeah.
And I keep up with my training, and then I started doing jiu-jitsu in Costa Rica.
They have a pretty good program in Costa Rica,
because a lot of Americans move there, or it has a very good influence in Costa Rica.
Totally, like it's a huge vacation spot for Americans. They're very, very friendly towards America.
Yeah, it's number one. I believe it is number one.
It's gorgeous.
Industry for them, like tourism. So they have to welcome, and they are very nice people. I mean,
they're so great.
I'm Costa Rican in heart. American in heart too. So anyway, once I got my papers in Costa Rica, I was so happy. I got my papers, and I started opening a bank account and this and that. Honestly, I could stay in Costa Rica a year and a half. A little more than a year to get citizenship in Costa Rica, because I stayed there about 6 years.
Yeah.
I receive a recommendation from a friend who was also kind of a student of mine, like as I was teaching privately kickboxing and Muay Thai. I had friends from UN, United Nations, U.S. Embassy, Costa Rican immigration, a lot of law enforcement, a lot of cops and law enforcement, because of the nature of what I was teaching them. So I got a recommendation one day that, hey, after like living there for quite a few years, would you like to go to a state? Just like that, in a day, we're having dinner or lunch with some of them. And I thought he was joking. And I was like, well, what? Do you want to go to a state, United States? I said, what? Come on, man, you're joking with me. I don't know. No. What? No. Why? I mean, what? So, and they didn't follow up. They let me, maybe psychologically, let me to sink it in, to think about it. A few weeks later, we hanging out with friends after the class. And then I was told again, hey, would you like to go to the United States of America? I said, what are you talking about? I mean, no. You want to send me somewhere else? Send me to Canada. I have family in Canada. I have my cousins over there, and it's a peaceful country. I don't want to go to a country that they don't like me. No, who said that, Manny? They love you. That's a country based on immigration. I said, I don't know. Are you serious? Yes. This time they were explaining more. Don't worry about it. Would you just tell us yes, and then we give you all the details. Let me think about it. And I was so shocked.
Tell me when you hear as a non-American, you hear, do you want to go to the United States of America? What does that mean to a person that came from Iran, that was kind of naturalized in Costa Rica, and then the opportunity to go to the United States comes, and you think, like, what's the thought? Too good to be true? Or like, I don't know?
Absolute impossible.
Why?
Too good to be true. Because I'm coming from a country on a paper is the number one enemy of America. I grew up in a country that every hours there is a chanting in the street, in the propaganda, in the TV, death to America, death to Israel. I come from a country, I have to prove it to the graveyard that I'm a good guy if I want to go to America. Because the whole thing about Iran is, you guys say death to America.
Right.
And as a kid, I was not agree with that. That was one of my very first questions. I'm probably 10 years old. I'm asking that. I said, Dad, why do we say death to America? Don't say it, but I can answer. It's good. I said, Mom, Auntie, teacher, coach, why do we say why death? Why we go every once a year in a Muharram, we go out when it's Imam Hussein's death, and then back in the days, one of the most brutal things I remember as a religious ceremony with the mashadi, they hit to their head to just sympathize with what happened, whatever 1,000 years ago, to that leader of that religion got killed. So I grew up with blood, with negativity towards Western culture and everything. So when I confronted that, hey, you want to go to America? I was like, that's too good to be true. And we're having lunch, we're having dinner. These are my friends. I train them here and there, kickboxing, Muay Thai. Now we become friends. Maybe I'm a cool dude that they want to hang out with me, but I have nobody in Costa Rica. I just love and they knew that I loved the country. I truly love Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah.
So I went and I asked one of the very old Iranian friend, I would not say friend, that I know over there, and he also moved to Costa Rica right after the revolution. Probably he's dead right now. I think he's dead. And I said, hey, Mr. blah, 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 I got some offer like this. What should I do? And he immediately told me, Manny, you're smart. Now you speak 3-4 language, Farsi, Spanish, and English, and you're an athlete. You're a strong man. This and that. They want to use you as a spy. Be careful. Say no. They will stay. Yes, of course they want to. Nowadays, they use people that they speak their enemy's language. So maybe they send you back to the region. Maybe you become a spy. I said, oh yeah, you're right. Thank you, sir. Okay. So I was confident to say no to probably the greatest offer I've ever received in my life.
Oh man. Okay.
So I just leave it right there.
Yeah.
I don't follow up with them, but they call me. And this time from the phone number was like a bunch of zero. And I picked my phone, Costa Rican cell phone, and then it was a lady, and one of them, I think her name was Lupita. Like she was not my friend, but she was one of that group. She said, hey, did you think about what we told you? I said, yes, come on, man, why are you so insisting? This is too good to be true. You know what? No. And she was like, why? Why no? What is your reason? I said, what is your reason to? Why me? There's so many people want to go to, I know that there's so many people want to go to America. I know that. Everybody wants to come here. Why me? I mean, I never show interest. Maybe you guys hear me to talk about my cousins in Canada, but it's so weird. And I think you're going to use me as a spy. I think you want to use me, I don't know, for CIA, for FBI, and send me back to the region. She laughed and she was like, okay, here we go. I know. Manny, this day, this time, let's sit down and let's talk about it. I'm going to give you a schedule, an appointment, come to the U.S. Embassy in Pavas, Costa Rica. Beautiful, beautiful building, very, very high-profile building. So I was like, okay, cool. What? I'm going to U.S. Embassy, or it was not a whole U.S. Embassy. It was a branch of them in this location. So I was like, okay, cool, no problem. Then I went back to talk to that guy, and he was like, be careful, they might kidnap you. I said, what do you mean kidnap me? Well, for what? Who am I? Who am I? I barely got my document in Costa Rica, and the Costa Rican government are basically under U.S. government. Yeah. Anything happening in Costa Rica, U.S. government knows about it. So that's actually probably that they know about me. So I was like, okay, maybe you're too old. I'm listening to you too much. But I'm always looking for word of wisdom from people that they know more than me. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go. This is just an appointment, and they're going to explain me why they want to do that. So I went to that appointment, and it was a white lady, who speaks Farsi as good as myself.
Wow.
I was like, oh my God, this is like movie. This is like movie.
Yeah.
And she started, Salam, hi, how are you? My name is blah, blah, blah. And I was like, are you Persian? No, you can't. I mean, we have some white people with the green eyes north of Iran, but you look American. No, I'm an American. But I was like, okay, this is, in my head, I was like, this is it.
Here, I'm a spy. Here we go.
I'm a spy, officially. and it immediately remind me of,
Black Hole.
It reminded me of movie, Spy Game, Robert Redford and Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, it's going to be cool. It's one time life.
Hey, listen, you could be a spy. I mean, anyway, go on. Oh, man, this is good.
And then she explained to me, hey, my colleague told me that this is your concern. Let me explain to you. There is a program called SIV, Special Immigrant Visa. Yes, we are looking for special immigrant. We're looking for special people, that they are smart. The two words that I never forget, she said, and I felt proud of that. She said, we're looking for brain. You're a brain. You can help the country. We want you to in America. You speak 3 languages, and you're a good guy. And long story short, she said, trust me, we checked your entire life, basically. We know what elementary school your grandpa was attending in Iran 300 years ago, for example. And my grandpa was only 6th grade. That's it. He didn't continue more than that. So she explained me more stuff that they know about me. And they said, so we even know that this is amazing about U.S. government. And then we know that you love this part to be like this. We know that you left for freedom. You left for freedom. You left for having a good life, pursue freedom. Your desire to even be in Costa Rica is what we have in our constitution. Freedom of speech, freedom of everything.
Yeah.
Like you offer that. And also you speak 3 languages and we have a job for you. We have job. I said, I don't have anybody in America. I don't have a job. What am I going to do? I don't have any. We have job for you. We will protect you for quite a few months. Once you get your social security number, you on your own. But before that, we help you. This program called SIV. And I was like, okay, special immigrant. So I'm going to be a special immigrant. Yes, you go to America. And the good part is you're moving to America with your green card in your pocket. I was like, you give me my green card? I said, no, you get to there and we'll give it to you there. But you don't have to apply for a green card once you're there. You're going to get it because with this program, you're going to make it there and then we take care of that. But you're going to have a job and it's kind of interpretation, but it's going to be office work, but you still need to go through a process of applying for that job. But you're not going to be helpless. We will help you. And what do you do here? I said, I'm training. At that moment, I was working full-time as a kickboxing instructor in a gym and also a call center. I said, you can't just work. You can work for $400, $500 a month in Costa Rica forever, but over there's more opportunity. Yeah. And this is the reason. And you still have 100% right to say no. And I was like, so you don't expect me to say yes right now? I said, no, go home and think about it. But she basically clarified everything and she explained me everything. And I was like, okay, so no CIA, no FBI. I said, no. For that, for that, you have to be citizen, first of all. You can't be just a green card holder. Right. You have to be citizen. But the thing is, you're going with our own invitation like this. And I was like, so you picking me up? I said, yes, we picked you. This is a very selective program, which I'm not sure if it's still going on or not, but I basically, after maybe 1 or 2 days thinking, I said, yes. Pastor, after I said yes, 6 more months, I was in America. All the medical tests, everything was quickly passed. And then I got escorted to the airplane. I never forget that day that in Costa Rica, in Juan Santa Maria airport of San Jose, it was a line for that very flight that we're going to stay to Miami. I got escorted and I passed through the whole line. And then people looking at me and I was 2 Costa Rican, one Costa Rican, one American, both lady, very officially dressed up. They said, hey, let us go. And then I was like, good.
Wow.
Yes. And then I escorted and I said, that's it. And then I moved I fly to Florida and then they flew me to, I was in Florida and then Houston and then California. And then it was all true. I got my citizenship after This was, I think it was 2012. This was all over after I got not over. It was all very quick. And I had to wait for my social security number, because before that, you can't receive money from government or anything. And then green card, and then citizenship. And then to the point that I think I was not committed. I didn't have any promise to the government to work for them, but it was better than nothing. I was working as a interpreter and also a case manager for some nonprofit, half government, half nonprofit agencies. But eventually I decided, you know what? I want to be a full-time fighter. I want to be a full-time coach. And I think 2016, I made that happen. I hit the pro level, but I was older. So I had a couple of MMA fights, and then I was like, let's just switch to just jiu-jitsu. I focus on jiu-jitsu. And till now, I got my citizenship in 2018.
What was that like? What was the emotion of that?
Very good question. I'm getting goosebumps right now. I don't know anybody more proud to be American than myself. I slept with my U.S. passport the first 2 nights in my bed. I slept with my passport, and I was like, and every time I have this conversation with anybody asking me this question, I'm getting emotional. I come from a country on a paper that it's absolutely impossible with the way that I came to America. Not investing, not getting married with an American girl outside of America. This 90-day fiancé stuff.
Right.
I got picked up by U.S. government, but the greatest nation, greatest country on the history of the world. You know, every nation has the greatest part, from the Cyrus the King the Great, Iran, China, Rome, Aztecs. We have nations here and there. We have empires all the time. But this, even though I believe maybe U.S. government, maybe U.S. did something bad before, but as long as I remember, we've been doing better. Like, yes, Vietnam War was not maybe fair, whatever. Now I know, because I work for U.S. government and I work for nonprofit, ton of schools that we're building in Vietnam. A lot of other things. Regardless of conservative or Democrat or liberal, every government we helping the world. We helping the world. Iran, the place that I was born, Persia attacks India. If Indian wants to be mad at us, they have a right. Mongolian attack Iran, they kill Persians. Arabs attacks Persians. Like, every part of the history, somebody attacks somebody and tried to take over the Rome's, Alexander, this and that. At this very moment, regardless of the history, U.S. doing good. Generally doing good. And now this country picked me from Costa Rica, that I was living happily with freedom. And yes, I was not making too much money, but I was happy. But they say, hey, you can do this, but you can do the same things here with much more opportunity. Do you want to go there? And I turned them down twice. I turned them down twice.
And you were chosen. I think that's the coolest part of the whole story. You were chosen, man.
And I turned them down to who would do that? Like, no. Hey, America, we're American. Come over here. No. I'm being a stock up. No. And then I was like, you know what? Yes. Now you want to take me there? Let's do it. What? 6 more months, I'm over here. I got my citizenship, and I pay for expedition for my passport. Like, I was like, I want my passport. I want my passport. And then I change. I picked Alonso. Let's back to your first question. I picked Alonso as my middle name.
Oh, fun. Because you got to choose whatever name you wanted.
Yes. I picked Alonso because in heart, I felt Costa Rica is my home country in my back. But that was then. Now, this is my home country. I just equally love these two countries.
Oh,
and even my Instagram, even my social media, I don't even mention my last name, which I didn't really change it for the respect for my father.
Right.
But I picked Alonso as my middle name. So I am Manny Alonso. And I go to Costa Rica. I go to Costa Rica many times a year. I actually opened a business there. Then I just wrapped it up, bring it back over here. I slept with my passport 2 days. It's funny. Maybe people laugh at me, but
it's the coolest story.
Like, that's my passport. And I wake up in the morning. Is that? Let me see.
Still there.
That's still. Nationality, American. Am I an American? I was just watching movies like Rocky IV, other movies.
It's like, that's me.
That they're American. And I was a kid. I was like, oh, look at those blue eyes, green eyes people. Like, cool. You know, I don't even speak English. That's cool to be one of them one day. And I'm one of them. I'm an American. And when because it was a big ceremony when that person was making all the audience of people that are getting their citizenship in that very big arena, making us to read the oath.
Oh, where'd you do that?
I think it was in Houston. And I was just pouring. And I was like, yeah, whatever it says in that oath, yeah, I'm gonna do it. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna protect this freedom. And until this day, anybody into my face wants to disrespect America, wants to tell me that we're bad. I said, you unhappy? I will pay for your travel. Go, not even Yemen or Nigeria or Somalia. Iran is still a safe country. Go there. I pay for you. Leave there for one day.
Yeah.
Just please leave them. I'll pay for you. And then you realize you guys not only take it for granted, you have no idea what you're talking about.
Right.
You have no idea. You cannot convince me that this is a bad country. This is a not great country. And then you want socialism, Marxism, and all that. And I am by no means, I'm not a politician or religious. I can't even talk about it properly. But I have idea. If you provoke me, especially in Farsi, I can lecture you in Farsi, tell you what happened to me, what happened to my people, what happened to our money, like being sent to other countries to help them. And this government over there, they don't even care about their own Persians, and then they support other groups and countries. I don't want to talk about it right now. It's going to be making it too political. What I did, I was like, okay, I don't want to go that path. You know, I don't want to talk about this to whole world until maybe this is the moment that I'm actually releasing some information about my life. But I want to be inspirational. I am to my brother, to my cousins, and some of them, a lot of them after me, they moved out. They've pursued freedom, whether they were so liberal or Democrat or conservative, Republican, whatever. Hey, just be out. What I'm doing right now through sports or martial arts, just 3 things that Persian culture from the Cyrus the Great was basically teaching us, and it's not even a religion. Do good, act good. I mean, good thoughts, good actions, good deeds. These 3 things. These 3 things is the Persian, the Zoroastrian, the symbol comes from these things. I'm not even expert on that. I can talk about it a lot. But what I'm trying to say is just, I'm trying to teach my students, kids and adults, just do good, act good, have good thoughts, and then martial arts will help you with that.
Wow.
Jiu-jitsu will help you with that. Because especially jiu-jitsu is a martial arts that it comes with resilience. You cannot turn away from the problem, which is another person. If I turn away from the other person, I gotta get choked. So I have to face the problem, frame, scooch out, and then find a way to counter or maybe choke him or something. So jiu-jitsu, it's absolute great martial arts. And what I'm doing right now, after years being here, implementing on that, absolutely not in a religious or politic ways, to make people understand life is too short, be good, do no harm, just take care of your freedom, take care of your happiness, and try to do good. And if we get to the closer conversation, I can explain them that where I come from, none of this easily happens. So be thankful for what you have here. Be thankful what America is and where you're living. Because a lot of times, because you're taking things for granted, you're just bored. You get in the street and you start uprising for this and that. You have no idea. You can't even do that over there.
Right. That's shut down. Okay, wow. I feel like I've just been so blown away by your story. Okay, talk to me about your gym. Talk to me about kind of who you train, age levels, all that kind of thing, and how you instill grit into their lives.
We start from 5 years old and up. We just recently started opening a 4 years old class, but that's for evaluation. So we'll be 4 years to come for a class, because Jiu-Jitsu is a very detailed sport. Even though 4, 5, 6 years old, we teach them a lot of games related Jiu-Jitsu, Jiu-Jitsu related game. So we can take 4 years old after 1 or 2 free trial of evaluation. But we start from 5 years old and up. Every day we have 2 kids classes, and then after the kids classes are adult classes are 6:15. The kids classes are 4:30, and then 5:15, and then adult classes are 6:15, and then 7:15. These are Jiu-Jitsu first, and then kickboxing. And Tuesday, Thursdays is purely Jiu-Jitsu, entirely Jiu-Jitsu for adults, 6 to 8. And then we have Saturdays family MMA, which is for people that they have 2 family members in our gym. Whether it's 2 kids or 1 kid or 1 adult, they can be on the mat at the same time.
Oh, nice.
Because of my striking background, which I am very proud of, a lot of Jiu-Jitsu coaches, Jiu-Jitsu practitioners, yes, they might have a little bit of a striking background, but not a lot. As a former kickboxer and amateur fighter, because my MMA career was just MMA, but I highly encourage my students to take my striking class as well. And my girlfriend, who actually, let me open a parenthesis, I believe she would be a great, just her, so I'm gonna be out, I'm gonna sit over there. She will be great next guest for you, because where she's coming from, she's definitely, I don't know if I can say this.
Sure.
Maybe, so I got hurt by religion to the point that forced me to leave out of that country. And then I realized, okay, there are good religion, there are bad religion, there are good way to talk about religion, there are bad ways, there are proper way, but I am strongly believe in God. Strongly. I think God is a non-religion topic. You can call it God, karma, energy, superpower, something. There is somebody up there, like any things in the world, any group, any things that needs organizer. This place has an organizer. A family has an organizer. A gym. Without that organizer, that society cannot flourish and then keep the shape and form and everything. So there's somebody up there. She got definitely hurt by religion. And who she is right now, which is extremely successful young lady, extremely successful woman, and I thought I'm going to end up single because I didn't really want to have any serious relationship in my life, and because we were co-workers, and then we worked together, and basically I left where I was working, and then I started traveling, and then basically she joined me. Just as a co-worker, said, hey, you want to open your gym? Can I be your partner to still? I said, you sure? Yeah. But anyway, the way that she got involved or forced to practice a certain religion, and then the way that she got out of that situation, basically she escaped that situation from very, very, it's like her story of her life. I'm not going to say anything. If you decided to invite her, she will be here. We have a very similar background. The problem for me was outside of my family, which is gently encouraged me to practice Islam. In her family, it wasn't a gentleness.
It was like,
oh yeah. Like David Kirsch situation.
Oh, wow. Wow. Oh, we definitely need to talk to her about that.
Like she's the smartest, the most brilliant person. And
so like a commune somewhere just doing wild stuff.
Yeah, how she basically left that situation and then coming to me, and we were just co-workers, right? And then after that, after a few months, it's still, because in Costa Rica, we were just co-workers. Hey, I'm going to open a gym. You want to be in Costa Rica? You have a passport? Yes, let's go. I mean, I love you as a co-worker. And then after being 6-7 months together, we decide, okay, she loves me, I love you. Okay, you know what? I love you too. You know what? Yeah. And then she told me some stories. I was like, oh, whoa. I saw some stuff, but whoa. Oh my God, you need to write your book. And she's working on it too. Or yes, she's taught me.
She needs to. Yes, absolutely.
But I was like, okay, at least my family was, my dad helped me to leave Iran. I said, hey, and the second time, I have very limited money. I said, Dad, I want to go back to Venezuela. I don't have money. It's okay. Follow your dream. follow you. Joseph, Dad, you're still a very conservative person. Somehow your generation were frontliners for revolution. So this crap is what your generation brought to. I'm sorry,
you brought it on yourself, right?
No, he never admitted that his regret. I said, I help you.
Yeah.
And also he helped all my other brothers.
Three
sweet. Brothers, one here, one in Ireland, one in Canada. The Canadian, Ali, my younger brother, he's pursuing his PhD in philosophy and in anthropology.
Wow.
The other one is in Ireland, almost about to be citizen of Ireland after almost a decade. He is an electrical engineer. I'm the dumbest one. I'm just an agricultural engineer. But I also pursue fight. Right. My dad was always encouraging me to do basketball because it's an academic sports and it's a high IQ people. I says, well, Dad, I like martial arts.
Fighting's pretty IQ too.
But I love my dad, and he raised me very straightforward, but he never forced me to do anything. He encouraged me, and I was like, okay. And once I start asking questions and he couldn't answer me, he knew the answer, but whatever.
Do you think there's freedom in you that he's experiencing through you?
Very good.
We call it vicarious. Like when I live my freedom through you, I can't experience it myself, but I get to experience it through you.
That's a very good. I never thought about that.
And it can go positively. Like I think your dad, like he culturally, that's where he is, and he gets to enjoy the freedom you get through you. Sometimes it can be negative, where like all your hopes and dreams rest on your son and his success, and you better be successful. And so that doesn't sound like how your dad is, but a lot of dads do that. They'll put all this pressure on their son to be something because they're who they are is seen in who their kid is.
I think that's a very good analogy because he's not. I maybe saw him 2 times crying in his life. Once was when I left. He was just pouring in, hey, sorry if I was a bad father for you. I said, no, you never was a bad father. And the second time was the last time I met him in Turkey, 2019, my first travel with my US passport. And I met them after 10 years. And he getting cries, says, hey, I'm sorry. I said, Dad, stop saying that. I love you. Who I am is what you raised me. And you never forced me to do none of those things. And in fact, you helped me financially, emotionally. And I don't have a kids, but if I ever have a kids, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't want kids, but I think I'm going to do what you did. I'm going to be straightforward. I'm going to raise men, not just kids.
Right.
But what she said is making me thinking, right? He enjoys enjoying freedom and what I'm doing through me, because that generation still had freedom before revolution and they messed it up.
Yep.
They messed it up for whatever reason. They wanted Islam. This is Islam now. You wanted this. This is it. And nothing against. There are good and bad people everywhere. There are religious people. I don't say Muslims are bad. I'm just saying what governments of Iran did is not. It wasn't right, because we have look at Saudi Arabia. It's a source of Islam country. It's free. It's good. I mean, Jennifer Lopez can put a concert there.
Yeah, right.
You can't do it in Iran.
Right.
And do they have rules? And yes, Sharia law, yes. But at least they're letting people to leave. Right. When I say the largest dictatorship is you can't even have your girlfriend's hands in your hands when you walk in the street. Because the relationship comes from, I'll pull you over, ask you, is she your daughter, your wife? And if it is, where's the document? If not, you're in trouble. At least in Saudi Arabia, you can do that. Maybe not in a couple of cities like Mecca and Medina, but so that's that. Like, it's crazy. It's a country like Iran. So my dad didn't force me, but what hurts me the most was the society, the whole country. Versus over here, the whole country is basically free, okay? But the family can force you, like that person that I mentioned name. So my girlfriend, who speaks better English than me because she's American, she can bring.
Well, I can't wait to hear her story. But I want to give you a perspective also on the fact that you were chosen. I'm stuck on that idea that the United States chose you, which is just the coolest idea, and then how much you treasure your passport. That really moves me. As a Christian, so now I'm gonna get into like Christian theology for a second. What we believe is that God is in heaven, and then he looks throughout the world and he chooses people whom he will reveal himself to. So like he came to me when I was in my 20s, and it was like life went from black and white to color in a second. and I felt chosen. And then all of a sudden, I didn't really grow up. I went to church growing up somewhat, probably about as much as you probably went to the mosque. I go. But then when I got hit, I was at a church that they were singing and people really were into the music. People were really into God. There was joy on their face. And I was like, what is going on here? And then when it felt like the pastor spoke, it was like he was talking right to me, and my heart was exploding that Jesus died on the cross for my sin, and he rose from the dead, and he wanted me. And that reality hit me, and all of life, there was like no going back. And so since I went, jumped out of airplanes, I was a Ranger, I was in the Army, I got to go to war and combat and all that. And all throughout that time, there was just this deep sense that although I'm American, I'm super proud of that. Like I'm a part of the kingdom of God, and ultimately that is my home, whom I'm representing everywhere I go, which now I get to be a pastor and preach and do all that. It has been the most remarkable and beautiful experience. And I can't help but think, like our interaction isn't coincidental. And my prayer, if you don't mind me praying this, is for you and your girlfriend, is that God would reveal himself so fully to you that you would see how good he is and how much this thing of being chosen isn't just to be an American, it's to be a son of God, which I'm excited for you. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. And man, I hope we get to have way more conversations on this because you are fascinating, man. I need more Manny in my life. You guys probably need more Manny in your life. Manny, how can people find you? How could they get a hold of you if they want to like come train?
So the name of our gym is the first two letters of my name and her name.
Okay.
Her name is Kaylin.
Okay, good.
With a very unique spelling, Irish name.
Yeah.
So it's C-A for her name, and Manny, which I picked the first letter of my second name, which is Alonso.
Yeah.
So it's M-A-C-A.
Oh, good.
Maka Martial Arts.
Love it.
Maka Martial Arts, and just type Maka Martial Arts at makamartialarts.com. You can see my website.
Or just head down Wells Branch Parkway and then make a right, and you're off of Merrilltown, right?
Yes, Merrilltown Plaza.
Man, Manny, I hope we get to more interactions like this. I honestly think that this was really powerful. Do you mind if I pray for you and for Caitlin?
Absolutely. I want to say one more thing.
Yeah, go for it.
Because like I said, as a person that I'm truly believing in God and his support.
Yeah.
So we pray every night.
Yeah.
Caitlin and I almost every night. When we sign up new people, we pray double. When we sign people, we pray a lot. When we lose people, like people cancel their membership,
sure, of course.
we pray triple. Like,
nice.
God, you close one door, you open another door. Sometimes you close one door, you open 5 doors.
Absolutely.
We opened this gym in last year, September, with absolute no base clientele. And we did a few online marketing, and then we started doing in-person marketing. We had no rent for the first month. This is the story nobody knows, only that family, and I just told them recently. We had no rent for the first month, and I wrote a big check out of my saving for first month, deposit, and last month. That's like 10 grand.
Oh.
So, and then we moved to Austin. We have to go to a new place and buy all the... We were moved back from Costa Rica to Florida, and from Florida to here, I was like a backpacker. We put everything in my car, which is an SUV, and in my truck, and then so we had to buy everything. So for the October, we had no money to pay the rent unless we spent another $4 grand for the rent to pay my rent. So the whole September, I was shaking. I was like, babe, what are we gonna do? I said, God is great, this and that. One night, one day we prayed so hard, and we had very low price for pre-sale, very cheap membership. Nobody showed up. And it's close to the end of the September, beginning of October. I have to pay the rent. We pray, and we have a memberships of 6 months, 12 months, or pay in full. The pay in full is a family. It's you pay for the full year, and you get maybe a month free. And then this moment we pray, this night, the next day, we have a family. They came from a marketing event we had in Harriman Festival in Cat Hollow Park.
Yeah.
This whole family, a gentleman, former Marine, Purple Heart, military guy, God bless military, God bless America, God bless all those parents that, he has familiarity. I said, hey, I want my boys to do jiu-jitsu, this and that. And then we had a free trial, two session class. And then they came back the third time. I was like, okay, they're probably going to sign up. That would be good. It looked like that's like that. And that was in pre-sale. That was a real price. And it was like, it is like $200 a month. And they left, and I had they finished the kids class, and then they left. My girlfriend does all the signing up, and I had to start the adult class, which was only one guy or two guys. I was just teaching them, and then she finished. She was talking, and I was like, "Oh, probably they signing up. Good. It's like, two guys, let's do warm ups and all that." So anyway, the adult class got over. We closed the gym, and I walked towards her, and nobody was in the gym, and I was like, "Hey, did they sign up? This guy?" And she was like. And she started crying. And I was like, what? Tell me. She said, take a guess. I said, tell me. Did they sign up? Because we have no money. And she started crying. Said, you got to guess. I said, okay, 6 months. I said, 6 months. No. 12 months. They signed up for 12 months. And then they pay, at least for the first month. So we have a couple $100 for this month. I said, they pay in full. I said, what? I said, they pay in full. I said, you're telling me that gentleman with his wife and two kids, they pay $44,200. He said, yes, they swipe the car. So not only we have rent for the October, we have $1,000 for ourselves. No business can pay you profit the first month. And I was like, no, you're kidding with me. She said, come over here. And she's crying. And I was like, so that $4,500 is on our bank account. In our first month. Wow. Someone trusts me as a coach, you as a coach, to teach their kids and then pay in full for the whole. We're nobody yet. This is Austin. This is a jiu-jitsu hub of the world. The big names. We have like world champions surrounding us in Cedar Park, in Pflugerville. They have gyms. I'm not famous. In Houston, California, I have some base clientele, but I didn't open a gym over there. In Florida, even in Florida. But here, I'm nobody. Nobody knows me. But these people come. That person knows jiu-jitsu a little bit, but he trusted me to pay me $4,500 right now to teach his kids, and they're still our students. So, and we have money. And then I literally felt, hey, I got you. I got you. Keep going. And from that moment, not only for our gyms, we doubled our prayers. We pray, we talk, and me, myself, personally, when she's not on, I just talk. I talk in Farsi. I talk sometimes in Spanish. I joke with him. He's up there. I feel his hand sometimes. Every time anything bad happened, every time anything bad happened, he's like, I feel it. Like, and some people, some non-religious people, like myself, you blah, 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 blah. Bro, I'm not religious. He's up there. You can believe in Jesus, Moses, Muhammad, whatever, whoever. Honestly, in this case, I'm not saying this for you to like me more, but I think Jesus is the best one as well.
Okay. Well, I'm going to pray for you in Jesus' name, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir.
Father, thank you for Manny and for Caitlin. I am so excited for them. Lord, you have shown up in their lives over and over. From that church in Venezuela, where for 15 minutes he got to see just the joy of the Lord, to that moment where he was chosen to come to the United States. Just even now, our interaction, I can see your hand on Manny's life. And to that point where you got that first month's rent paid for supernaturally. And so, God, you've been hearing every one of their prayers. And so I pray you would continue to do so. And I pray, Jesus, you'd reveal yourself so completely that they would know that how loved they are, how cherished they are, that the love that he received from his dad, it's like that times a bazillion of how much you love Manny and how much you love Caitlin. And I'm praying for your favor to fall on their life and on their business. You would bless them and keep them. You cause your face to shine upon them, be gracious to them. Lord, would you reveal yourself fully so that it wouldn't be a mystery of who is answering all these prayers? We love you, God. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Thanks, Manny.
Yes, sir.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you got any questions, you can text us at 737-231-0605. We'd love to hear from you. From our house to yours, have an awesome week of worship.